everybody, it's Calxiyn here. If you guys enjoyed this video, remember that you guys should pledge to us on Patreon or join our Discord server if you enjoyed this video. Anyway, so let's talk about Hazel. Hazel turned into the Hulk. He wasn't a werewolf, but like people said it was wolfing out basically, so it's the same thing. People were trying to make me feel better by saying it's
the same
yeah,
thing.
exactly.
I shit on your theories constantly, and even I'll give you that one.
Alright, so basically I wrote down some notes for this one because yesterday Hunter was working all day and I was losing my mind. That's why we have so many videos for this week.
I worked for 5 hours.
I know. It's okay. Anyways. So basically in the world of Remnant, we hear of these like old Mistral tricks, like putting dust in your clothes and all that shit. I don't think they mention people impaling themselves with crystals, but you know, like, that's okay. So I guess the dust is sharp enough that he just like went boom and like just stuck it in his arm, and that's why the scars are all on his arms, because each time he makes a new wound or something. So
I didn't notice the scars on his arm.
Yeah, he has some scars like on, what is this, the elbow? Like in between your elbow and like this part.
Not forearm. I don't know what the word for that is, actually.
Okay, well, you guys know where they are. They're on his body. It's fine. So anyways, so here's my idea, right? So I feel like dust infusion is something you can build resistance up to over time, like poison. So, like, if you guys know this, I'm the expert. If you guys want to get good at being, like, having resistance to certain poisons, you basically take a little of it until you build up resistance
or
to
it kills you slowly,
or
but I digress. Well,
listen, okay? Don't try that at home. I was just joking. I don't know anything about that.
I don't believe that's really how it works.
Well, you know, it's like, it's sort of, like,
maybe
obviously
in, like,
it's a little more
evolutionary sense that you can slowly over many generations.
Obviously it's a bit more complicated than that, but, like, that's how people, I guess, stop themselves from getting poisoned.
That's how the guy from The Princess Bride did it, but I tend not to use Princess Bride as a source of empirical science.
Listen, I'm sure it's a lot harder than that, but that is like the basic, like that is the basic bitch understanding, okay? That's all I'm gonna call it, is that is, like, we're not, this isn't game theory, okay? We don't have, like, any science degrees or any math degrees, okay? We're gonna say this as easy as possible, so I'm guessing it's just resistance over time, okay? Or like, I guess, you know, he's just so, like, giant and just so big, like, maybe his body can handle it. Because he's pretty buff. But it's probably a combination of those things, to be honest. And aside from the buffness, I feel like another reason he may be able to do it is because of Semblance. But at the same time, I wanted to talk about this in my other video, but, like, I feel like that Semblance would sort of be a cop-out, especially if they're like, these are old Mistral tricks because people from Mistral know how to use dust good. Like, I feel like that would be a cop-out, so I'm gonna ignore the Semblance thing. I'm gonna say that this is something anyone can do if they have the proper training, just because, like, I feel like that as cool as Semblance is, we also need to remember that having skill in dust and, like, being a very skilled dust user is something that, like, sort of anyone can do if they get the hang of it, whereas Semblance is, like, if you have a shitty Semblance, you're stuck with a shitty Semblance, but a way to level the playing field is for you to use dust in unique ways, and so I feel like the show is sort of trying to remind us of that, because yeah, Semblance is cool, but if you got a sucky one, you need to be able to... You basically need to use everything to your advantage if you want to fight, you know what I mean? So that means, like, Semblance, dust manipulation, like, basically anything that you can use, you should be using in this sort of fight where a grim demon woman would like to kill everyone. You understand what I mean, Hunter?
Sure.
It's just, like, it's one of those things where, like, dust users would be very threatening, because if not everyone knows how to do it, it's not like Semblance where you just kind of have it. You know what I mean? Like, it's a skill that you need to practice and to learn, and so I feel like that's super threatening. And that's, like, sort of like how how Crow talks about, like, aura mastery. That's a skill. That's not just Semblance where you have it, and, you know, that's the end of the day. So both of those things, like the ascension through aura, and then I feel like the dust mastery is very important. So this is obviously one of the ways that someone can use raw dust crystals to their advantage. And I think that what was really funny, I guess, about this is that, like, whenever he hit Crow, like, you could see Crow's literal skeleton. And I like how detailed that was. I don't know if you saw that, Hunter, but I was looking back and it looked like you can see... Yeah, when he got electrocuted, you can see his literal bones. Like, his ribs and his skull and whatever. And stuff like that. And for a while, a lot of people thought that Adam was infused with dust or tortured with dust. And that is why he's so edgy, I guess is the best way to put it. But now I'm sort of thinking that maybe Adam is just doing the exact same thing as Hazel, if he could, because they're both from Mistral. Hazel is obviously, you know, working with Adam. And if this is, like, a thing that is very, I don't want to say selective, but is just, like, a Mistral thing that they know how to do, then I think that it would kind of work that Adam could also do it, but he does it in a different way. I don't like needles, and so I don't like to think about this, but we were also joking in, like, the Discord server about having, like, a literal dust injection instead of just sticking them in your arms and causing injury to basically shoot you up with dust.
I've seen that in fanfiction before.
But you know what I mean? Like, I could see, like, a couple people think that Adam has a literal dust crystal, like, inside of his body. I don't know about that, but I think, I don't know, if you could do it, you can do it, you know what I mean? Like, if it'll give you an advantage of battle, and it probably won't kill you, like, I'm sure, like, I'm not saying that they're toxic or whatever, dust or radioactive, but, like, I'm pretty sure that, like, you could get some serious, like, cancer, like, from putting dust crystals inside of your body, because I don't know if they're, like, again, I don't know if they're radioactive or would give you, like, the same shit as some nuclear, fallout nonsense, but that's how I see them, really. Like, long exposure to dust will destroy your life and your body and make you a mutant. But I guess we'll have to see. Because, like, what if that's why Adam is crazy? Like, what if he just has exposed himself to dust for a while, and Hazel is sort of down that exact same path, because he's just, like, sticking crystals in him anytime he gets, you know what I mean?
That's possible.
So, do you have anything more to say about that, Hunter? You've been a little quiet.
I mean, because you just, when you get in the mood about these things, Cal, it's quite fun to watch you.
Like, just go?
Yes,
but... Okay, but I'm done going now, so you can talk.
Well, fuck, I don't have anything to say, really.
Do you just not care? Like, I thought that was so cool!
It was a cool thing, I kind of...
But you just don't want to talk for 10 minutes about it, is what you're telling me.
I mean, obviously, I'm with that with most things.
Okay.
However, with this, I would have preferred the werewolf thing. I kind of
really?
dig... Yeah, I think it would have been more
Hunter,
cool.
You're so nice.
I feel, well, it's not you, Cal.
It's not because it's me?
No, really, it's because I think most of your things are bullshit, but I digress.
Because that would have been, okay, so basically, if you guys didn't know, my idea is that Hazel and his sister were both turned into wolves by Ozpin because of the
I didn't like that part of it, the turning into wolves. I just kind of
But they turn them into birds! Like, what the hell? It's not that different. Anyway, so Ozpin, you know, turns him and his sister into wolves or whatever, and they work for Ozpin. But then his sister dies doing some shit for Ozpin, and Hazel just kind of got turned into, like, a freak. So that's what we referred to Raven when in the video that we did about her wearing her mask. Like, Raven's just a freak now. She has she has Spring Maiden powers, she can turn into a bird, like, she's just a freak. So yeah, I don't know. I like werewolves as much as the next gal. But it looks like it was not meant to be. I feel like, again, they functionally do the same thing. Like, we said that Hazel was gonna Hulk out. I just would have preferred him to turn into a wolf. But, like, at the same time, it's cool to see this. Because, again, I think it reminds us, like, hey, listen. Okay, like, Silver Eyes are cool, Maidens are cool, but have you heard about using dust? You know what I mean? Like, because I feel like we forget, like, Semblance is such a... I'm not saying you can't master your Semblance, but Semblance is sort of this thing where it's like, well, here you go, you're stuck with this for the rest of your life. And so, dust and then getting other magic. Yeah, exactly. So, like, in the case of, like, Crow, him being able to manipulate dust really well would give him an edge. And I feel like that, you know, you need that edge in a fight like this, as I said. Because Raven right now is really... I don't want to say really OP, but she's pretty strong. Like, she may be the strongest person in the show at the current moment, because she has the bird thing. Her semblance is actually pretty
Well, the
useful.
bird thing, all we know is it turns into a bird. She's not like, and I have the power of the bird.
And
like,
then,
no.
and then the silver eyes, and then she has, like, she's basically
she doesn't
been...
have the silver eyes.
Silver eyes, sorry, the Spring Maiden powers. She's been, fighting, like, with this group of bandits that have taught her how to kill. Like, she knows how to kill huntsmen. Like, she's a bit, like, she has a lot of skill, right? But, I guess maidens don't need dust, but Cinder, used dust manipulation a lot before, you know, she got the full power, so... Well, we'll just have to see on that front. Yeah, I keep saying silver eyes, and I don't know why. Like, her eyes are fucking red. Like, someone has to assist me, because I am getting all confused. But no, I do mean, yeah, the Spring Maiden powers. Thanks, Hunter.
I try my...
I'm so wrapped up into Hazel that I don't know what I'm talking about. Like, I don't know how to speak, I should say. I know exactly what I want to say. So yeah, so that's all I wanted to talk about in terms of the Dust Infusion. I think it's cool. It's not Werewolf, but at the same time, again, I feel like it's a much-needed reminder that there isn't just semblance and magic in that shit to worry about in the show. It also has to do, again, with dust and how you can hone dust and, like, whenever dust runs out, like, people are gonna be in trouble. But that's, like, a whole other video, for the hiatus. But we were talking about this, that it is probably a natural replenishing resource, but if you take it down as much as you, like, if you over-mine it more than it grows back, then that's gonna be an issue. And that's probably what's happening,
well,
to be honest.
technically speaking, that's the same thing with oil. It's just that it takes millions of years to, you know...
Well, that's what I'm saying. So that may be a problem. But anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, remember to become patrons on Patreon or join our Discord server. I hope that you guys have been enjoying these ones. Not to say that they're all over the place, but we just have a lot to talk about, and sometimes topics just kind of merge into one another, so it happens. Anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.